I'm a mama.
You just sat up here lying to me, bro. You just sat up here lying to me, bro. Oh my God, bro. Why? Name, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I didn't do nothing.
I'm gonna say, bro.
I didn't do nothing, bro. So I understand. How am I under arrest for doing nothing? I didn't do nothing. I gave you my name. I gave my mama number. All that's what you're trying to say. What are you trying to say? 'Cause I didn't do nothing wrong, bro. I didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
Bro, I'm not your bro.
I didn't do nothing wrong. You said I didn't do
I got a front on the side of the mouth. Calm
Resisting
down.
an officer, resisting an officer, burglary, resisting an officer. You have a pattern of behavior here.
Bitch, you lying. Oh, you lying, bro. You lying, bro. You lying, bro.
Oh, hell no.
You lying, bro. You lying, bro. You lying, bro. I'm not under arrest for not doing shit, bro.
Well, I appreciate you working with us.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farm Says. So my name is Samantha and I have a serious question. Do black people tell their children not to cooperate with police? Security guards? Teachers? Do you actually tell your children that? Is that something that they're raised believing? I am so serious right now. Because as a parent, your first responsibility is the safety of your children. So it is asinine to me. It is something as an educator with 4 certifications to teach, a master's plus 21, that I cannot wrap my head around the idea that anyone would tell their children to either fight the police, run from the police, or argue with the police. Like, what kind of ignorance is that? Because do you guys remember about 8 months ago, I think her name was like Tanijah Brown or Tanijah King, something like that. She was like 8 months pregnant. She got, by the police, she was caught stealing liquor. Her and her 2 cohorts, right? I called them the Oompa Loompa gang. They were all heavy set. Anyway, when the cops walked up to her door, they're like, hey, you know, and they could see her putting the keys in the ignition. So one cop got in front of her car and he's like, do not move. Well, she couldn't go back. There was a car behind her. So he pulls his gun, he points at her. He's like, turn the car off, get out of the car. Right there, she could have cut the ignition, stepped out of the vehicle and said, yes, I stole. It's petty theft. It's like $200 or $300 in alcohol. Petty friggin' theft. What does she do? She accelerates on the vehicle and hits the police officer. So what do you think he did? He discharged his weapon. Where do you think she is? 6 feet under. The reason I'm asking is I had done a video on this gentleman, I guess about 1.5 years ago. He impressed me so much. He goes by the last name of King. That's like legitimately his name. And he's from Alabama. He teaches young black boys how to be respectful, how to change a tire, how to fix stuff, how to handle police officer stops. Watch this.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you keep that in your vehicle. We good?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, let's say he has to pull me out the car.
So could you step out the car for me?
Is there a reason I need to step out the car?
The license came back suspended, so could you step out the car for me?
Okay. Your license come back to suspended. You gotta step out the car. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, ain't no way. No. Just go ahead and do it. Good?
Yes, sir.
Why we ain't arguing with him?
Because he literally.
We gonna make him mad. We might just escalate the stop. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. The license could be suspended. Now he can say he smelled marijuana, right?
Yes, sir.
If he says he smelled marijuana, there is nothing that you can do about it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Get out the car. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If he say he smelled weed, just get out. We not fussing and fighting on the side of the road. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So have there been situations where people have done everything absolutely right and something still happened? Sure, but is that happening all the time?
No.
No, that's not happening every day. That's not happening every time somebody get pulled over. Most people have a basic stop every day, just like this, where they get pulled over, they take their ticket, and they go on about their day. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So don't let nobody make you feel scared of the cops or anything like that, but you also want to make sure you take the proper precautions so you still have a good stop. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And of course, the best way to not have to interact with the police is what? Not break the law, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't be speeding, put your seatbelt on, don't be riding with your cell phone in your hand, all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, if you get pulled over and you truly don't know, he probably gonna tell you already. And if he don't, just ask him why you getting pulled over. Cool?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's how we gonna keep that real simple. That's the easiest way to keep the stop simple, to make sure everybody's safe, make sure you safe, and make sure everybody get back home to their family. We good?
Yes, sir.
Now the black community has gone anti-white. Everything's anti-white. So you can't have manners, right? You can't have decent common courtesy because that is white. That is slavery. That is oppression. But I'm gonna make this point. I don't care who I make mad because y'all know I'm gonna make my point. All throughout European history, we've had a long, beautiful history of manners. Like it was, America used to be that way. everybody had manners. Everybody dressed nice. Even poor people could speak well. And it's just like you've gone so far anti-white that you've ghettofied everything, legitimately. So is that saying, are you admitting that South Africa has no history of manners and anything to be proud of? It has to be, because that's the only thing that would make sense.
In a nutshell, everything that Mr. Randall told y'all was pretty jam up, okay?
Yes,
One thing
sir.
you want to make an officer feel is safe. All right, that's the key, because that's what I feel. That's my key to going home, is being safe, okay?
Yes,
Just
sir.
like you want to get home, we want to get home. And I tell everyone, listen, once you're pulled over by the cops, all right, prime example with your license, right? You see how quick he gave me his license, all right? When you turn 16, you're going to be super happy to get your license, right?
Yes, sir.
So why when you want to show him to me, right?
Yes, sir.
Makes sense, right? Oh, yeah,
Yes,
here
sir.
you go, Officer Franklin. Let me show you my license. Man, I got my license. I'm jammed up. I'm good. All right? It's a way of keeping us from doing a lot of stuff. How you doing, sir?
Good job, man.
It's a way of keeping yourself safe and keeping us on our toes, okay?
Yes,
I'm one of
sir.
those officers that I'm big on honesty. You know, sometimes I may write a ticket. Most of the times I may not. You know, if you know you're doing something wrong, just go ahead and admit it so we can get everything on rolling and get you on about your business, okay?
Yes, sir.
The part about putting your hands on the steering wheel, making your hands visible, that's one of the biggest issues that we have. All right, just put your hands on the steering wheel and you can talk to me like this, right? That's not asking you to do too much, all right? It's just asking you to, you know, that way we don't have to worry about you reaching to get some, or if we tell you, hey, could you give me your license and your wallet is on the seat? Hey, Officer Franklin, I'm gonna grab my wallet off the seat, all right, man, go ahead. You know, now you're not old enough to do this, but once you get to the point where you have a weapon in the car, always let an officer know you got a weapon.
Every time.
Every time. Hey, listen, hey, Officer Franklin, I'm a police officer. When I get pulled over, you know, because we, as officers do, get pulled over, the first thing I say is, hey, how you doing? You know, I do have a
Now,
weapon.
after hearing that, why would anybody have a problem with what you just heard? That is common sense. Show the people your license. Because look, the only people that fight with the police are thugs. And you've got nothing to hide, you ain't hiding anything. I mean, like, stop. Stop with the innocent black people nonsense. Because more whites, unarmed, are killed by police officers every year than vice versa. I know you don't want to believe that. I know that's not what social media has taught you. But that's on you for not actually looking at crime statistics. Now, having said all of this, do you want to know who gives this young black man who's trying to save black lives, literally save them? Do you want to know who gives him trouble? Bet you can't guess. The black superintendent, the black teachers, black politicians, and ghetto blacks. Yeah, they give him hell.
People die, etc., etc., and we're just going to be the best ever. Ever since I began working in this community, especially with young black men, the only thorns in my side have been black elected officials, black superintendents, black this, black that. Everybody's been black. Like, everybody that's been a thorn in my side has been black people. We have fed our communities. We've given away free gas. We have helped moms with their light bills all the time. We do grocery giveaways every month. Like, all this stuff that I do all the time that never gets posted or talked about is what we do on a weekly, monthly basis. We do this all the time. And this work is mainly helping black moms and black kids. But then you'll say, oh, well, you got white racist people donating to your organization. Then on another hand, you'll say, well, white racist people need to be giving money to black people. So again, I don't understand what's the problem when y'all say, oh, well, white people are donating to your organization, and you say white people need to be giving to black organizations. So what exactly are you looking for?
In our boat, look in the top of comments. You can buy me a coffee, the dog's a snack, or you can sign up for our newsletter. It's $30 every 6 months. So every 6 months you just have to pay $30 and you get a newsletter. You're going to want it. We're doing a Zoom this Saturday for everybody that's in the newsletter. But getting back to this topic, do y'all really tell your kids to run from the police? Like, how do you think that's going to end? Are your kids expendable? Because if you truly love somebody, you teach them boundaries. If you truly love somebody, you keep them safe. And telling your children that A, it's okay to steal or rob or anything else, but then when they get caught, to run and fight with the police, or don't give them your ID. He has no right to ask you. The hell he doesn't. Look, if you don't like America, please leave. But some of us are really fatigued with the behavior. We're tired of watching your nonsense and then seeing cities be burned because you were too uneducated to teach your children some manners. I mean, that is as ghetto as you can get. But I think the thing that bothers me the most is your inability to see the psyop in front of your face. See, Democrats in general are the slave trade party, okay? They don't want you free. They want you boxed in by a zip code, your kids in failing schools, your babies without daddies. Yeah, the whole kit and caboodle, friend. Like, have you not seen it? So it's not white people. It's a certain mindset, the liberal mindset. The same people that tell you that you shouldn't be stopped by the police. I mean, poor you, baby. You deserve those hair extensions, mama. Cultural appropriation at its best. But my point is so simple. If you want to stop, being unalived by police officers, maybe just give them your license. Like, that's part of being a good citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they want you to do. They want you to fight with the police. That's why they tell you to do it. And y'all so dumb, you do it. So like, comment, subscribe. Yep, I can be a little snarky and some people can't handle me, but I'm okay with that. I promise. Love you guys so much. Be safe out there. Teach your children. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Give the officer the license. If you commit a crime, just admit it. The jail time you'll get from that liberal judge will be none, basically. I mean, like, seriously, almost none. You'll have almost no bond. But if you fight with them and you end up unalived, that's on you and your mom.
No reason, because that's what it means to have a proper response to being pulled over for speeding or some form of a traffic violation.
There's been so much negative and crazy commentary for me trying to teach our students how to interact with the police. And this is just a routine traffic stop. Like, if you were speeding or, your tail lights out or whatever, just tell them to be polite, let the windows down, have their hands on the steering wheel, have their license ready when they get there, the basic stuff. So that way you don't have to go reaching, etc. I have been called all types of coons and sellouts and degenerates and Harriet would have left me hanging, etc. just for simply teaching the kids to be polite if the police pull them over. The contrary suggestions from the pro-black community have been to assert their rights to the police. Argue with the cops on the side of the road and tell them what you are and aren't going to do. For a routine traffic stop, I've been told that this is going to get them killed and I should tell them that they should assert their rights to the cops on the side of the road. They've also said that these cops are white supremacists and that white supremacists have infiltrated the police force. I would feel like white supremacist cops are waiting for you to escalate a situation so they could do something to you. I even had people say, well, you should teach the kids to kill the cops before the cops kill them.